Hey guys, today I want to show you why it's so hard to service a Shimano e-bike motor. Now, my experience is primarily with the E8000 and the EP8 motor, and those are the ones I'm mainly addressing, but it's my understanding that all the motors, the E5000, E7000, EP801, EP6, basically have the same problem. Now, this is an E8000 motor, and this motor, if you look at it, you can see there's some bolts, and it's pretty easy to take the motor apart. And there's several good videos on YouTube that show you how to disassemble this motor and take it apart. So I'm not gonna show you that. I just want to focus on one specific issue here. But once you take the motor or open the motor up, now you have to be very careful because there's a lot of electric circuitry in the motor, but it's not that difficult to navigate around the initial parts of that electric circuitry. Once you get through the circuitry, then you basically are pulling out three, and these are the three sort of cog components, if you will, or shafts that are in that motor. Now, these two are fairly standard. They have bearings on them. Taking the bearings off and putting the bearings on is really not that big a deal. It's pretty standard stuff that if you have any experience pulling bearings or putting bearings on, it shouldn't be too difficult. The problem really comes in when you get to this particular animal right here. Now, what this mainly has on it is the torque sensor. It also has some other stuff on it. I'm going to go into that, but just so we all know, this is basically the shaft that runs through this motor right here. The cranks are going to attach to this shaft, and the chain ring is going to be on this side, and this is where that's going to attach, right here. So when you look at this particular shaft that's been pulled out, it would be oriented in the motor like this, and this is where the crank or the spider would attach. Now, what you have here, this is a mechanism that will only turn one way, okay? It's called a clutch bearing on it. But if you look over here on this side, this little green plate is a circuit board, and it has two brown, I'm going to call them wires, but they're a little bit more complicated than that attach. And there's also a magnet here. Now this is very sensitive. This is what is determining how the electric motor engages. And this particular item, this bearing right here is close up against that magnet. Now, to remove this piece is not too big a deal. To take the clutch bearing off, you can just pop it right off and it comes off. So it's really, to remove, let me put this down, to remove this particular bearing right here, which is probably the bearing that gets the most stress on the motor because it's right beside the chainring, not too big a deal to take that on or take it off and put it back on. But the real problem comes in with this particular mechanism, because right here, all this stuff is very sensitive, and there's a bearing here that has to be pulled off. Now, in pulling this bearing off, from reading, it's very easy to damage. There's a magnet here. It's easy to break or damage that magnet. It's also easy to break or damage some of the components on the circuit board. So you have to be extremely careful. And some people, no matter how careful you are, just disturbing it by taking it out like this can mess it up. Why is that? Well, this sensor goes on this motor, and it's ultimately communicating with another circuit board that's inside the motor. And I'll sort of call that the motor's computer. To make this thing work, it has been calibrated to work with that circuit board. And that calibration occurred when this motor was built in the Shimano factory. And to my knowledge, there's no way to recalibrate it or to check the existing calibration. So if you damage this, and Shimano will not sell you a replacement, but even if they did sell you a replacement, or if you pirated a piece this off of another motor and put it in, it's likely that it will not work properly because it's not been calibrated. So that's a real problem. A very delicate part, needs to be calibrated, no way to calibrate it. So basically, you know, taking this out is risky, very risky. Now, what's causing them to throw codes a lot of times is also related to this particular piece. And what you've got here, when this is attached, this is sitting in there on these bearings. And as these bearings wear out, it will cause this shaft to wobble a little bit. And if that shaft wobbles, once again, it can throw a code. There's also, inside of this particular piece right here, there are some roller pin bearings, and this particular piece is where the crank attaches, and there's a small little gasket in here, and dirt will eventually get into this, and this bearing is prone to wearing. As it wears, it will allow the shaft to wobble, and that wobble can cause the motor to throw a code. Now, so, you know, as these motors just take normal wear and tear, and the bearings start to wear out, you know, you either got to get a new motor or you have to chance pull it apart and somehow disturbing this whole sensor setup on the shaft. And that's the real issue with servicing these Shimano motors. Anyway, I hope I've given you something to think about, and I'll see you at the top.